I'm going to do it. I'm going to stay out of the conversation for the most part. I'm going to do it.
Oh.
Renderings are out. Now, this is for the A Stadium.
There's got to be something.
I know.
We got to tell the people of this city of what's going on.
Here's the first thing is us peasants waited to get renderings. They've had these for a while.
I don't think so.
It was said on this show.
Absolutely, it was said on the show. We didn't. Another thing we did not blow up. Mike Palm came on with us. Was that 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, and basically suggested, hey, they're showing people around town the renderings. They're going to want to partner, I'm sure, with the Palms. So somehow he got to see it, and he basically said, without saying it, the renderings look exactly like the Sydney Opera House.
And he was not wrong.
Well, I was saying
not, but
I was saying that they don't. You said they've had these for a while, and that's fine. My response would be like, this is not the stadium.
So you still don't believe that this could be the stadium?
You can't possibly.
There's a lot of people out there. There's Dan Wetzel, who's a national columnist for Yahoo Sports, tweeted out. He's like, it's almost to the point where this is so absurd. I just hope they go back to Oakland. Can we just stop this?
Yeah, this is not the stadium.
Do you want to describe the stadium?
Yes, the outside, it looks like the Sydney Opera House. On the inside, you see through, I think that's just going to be glass. Think of the way Allegiant Stadium is. You see the strip with.
No, it's not. This is not what's going to be.
The renderings have, when you look to the outfield, it's not lanai doors. It looks like there's a whole faux wall, and as your paper was calling it, a cable net glass window, the world's largest cable net glass window. There's a big view. Now I saw Paul Gutierrez from ESPN.com said the home plate's still facing to the north and northwest. But yeah, out that what is it called again? The cable net glass window. You can see it looks like New York, in the renderings for the A Stadium on the Tropicana site.
Well, and then Excalibur is in one of them out the other way, which is,
Excalibur's kind of across the street.
It's just so.
It doesn't look exactly
this
accurate.
Don't.
Where's the
It's
oil?
not the stadium. It's behind it.
They're not showing the oil.
It's behind it the other way.
Okay.
This is not happening. It's not the stadium.
What do you mean? These are the renderings.
This is not This is not a real rendering. Look at other stadiums when the renderings come out. How detailed they are. How how accurate it is to what actually ends up coming about. You could see different things. That's just this is what something could look like.
JVT mentioned a good point on Twitter. He said, "Where's the dugout?"
They don't have one. It's not a rendering.
I chuckled when someone was like, "Where are the bullpens?" And I'm like, I didn't even think of that. I just wanted to see a stadium.
No, because it's not an actual rendering. That's why this is making me so annoyed. We waited all this time for those are not actual renderings. That's not a real stadium.
And that's not a real scoreboard. Imagine if you sit in whatever section that's going to be numbered and you've got to crane your neck to see what's going on in the game.
I didn't look at it that closely.
At least
I looked at the outside. I'm like, it's neat, it's different, and then everyone just starts raining down paint on the place
because it's not real. And we also now at least we can use this for the fake renderings instead of the other fake rendering, which bothered me so much that the guy was rounding second base in the actual game, but rounding third base on the scoreboard, and it bothered me. Ever since it came out,
that. Is that right?
It drove me nuts every time I looked at it. He's not in the same place.
These are the things
on the scoreboard in real life.
The walk up to this stadium, there's no way that they're putting that at this location. The walk up to get
big.
in, I'm just gonna look at that. That's not real.
Can't see it on your phone.
Do that again. Just let me see it on the screen.
Let's see.
Let's see it on
When we put this video out on Twitter later.
Now there's a
can't
glare.
see it.
There's a
There's
glare
a
in front
glare.
of you.
Okay, well, you know what?
We're not that
Why do you have a
high-tech.
giant light? That's
So it took less than 2 hours for the stadium rendering to come out. It looks like the Sydney Opera House. It's a very attractive stadium from the outside, and everyone is tearing it apart.
Yeah, because it's not real. If that was the actual stadium, I'd be like, oh, that's cool. That's going to look pretty cool on the strip. Nice addition to the skyline. But it's not going to happen. And it is set back away from the street to where you're like, okay, how many acres are you going to have now? Because I feel like the actual part that they're allowed to use is so small that they're going to have to jam it right on the street. But now it's set back away from the streets. Is that 3 extra acres?
That's why I said the way that you're going to be walking into this stadium, no way that part's possible.
No.
If you stay at the Oyo on I guess it would be the west side. It looks like you could jump on the Opera House roof, or at least against the wall and slide down.
think it'll be pretty high.
It looks like it's going to be pretty close.
But
Oyo's a very tall building.
I was about to entertain that as a theory, but it's not the real stadium. It's not actually happening.
Why do you have to be like this?
Because it's not. It's
When
driving
does
me
construction
nuts.
start?
Never. Never, ever, ever.
This is the beginning. We're finally moving forward.
I just thought about that. Bruce Cassidy last night said he had a quote: "Never, ever, 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 ever." I think we probably need to get that for future use for some reasons.
I'll find it.
He only spoke for like 2 minutes, so it's good. But he said, "You're never going to win in the NHL allowing 5 goals a game, ever, 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 ever." Could be used for a lot of things, I think.
This stadium is going to have the largest jumbotron in the
No, it's not.
in Major League Baseball.
It's not.
Well, good luck to the people whose it's directly behind and they can't see it.
So they're doing everything they possibly can. By the way, one of the issues is they have such a small plot of land, they've got to jam it in. But part of jamming everything into this little area is having the biggest jumbotron ever. How does that make sense? You know what? Less seats, less area for concessions, less everything, more jumbotron. Okay.
Someone also suggested, I guess, it's going to be hot in there.
With a window that reflects the sunlight. If that was actually the stadium that they were going to build, yeah, it'd be pretty hot.
You're right. In this renderings of the inside, where are the concession stands?
Nothing. There's nothing. They don't have an actual state. It's not a real rendering of a stadium.
A's, we need some more answers, guys.
Again, the stadium looks cool. If that was an actual thing, that'd be awesome. It's not.
There's no concourse.
Why would there be? Are people going?
You just go in and you take your seat.